Hi, thanks for coming and joining me today. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notification bell and then you will know about my next video. Alright, let's get on with it. Here's the reading.
Hello, this is Lily Jane. Let's do a reading. Let's ask angels and guides who have they have the view of the future, the past and the now, and the higher perspective of what's going on for our greater good and well-being. So I ask for our greater good and well-being, for the consensus of our highest selves in bringing balance to us and enlightening us in a very enlightened, higher perspective. Can we please have some help in understanding what's happening and seeing things not from one particular perspective or two that combat each other, but from somewhere in the middle that sees it all and encompasses it all. Now I've got a whole heap of card decks here, trying to make sure I've got lots for the guides to choose from. And we've started with Moonology Oracle cards. And we'll see what they want to bring. I was shuffling while I was talking to you, so we've already got something right. Well, okay, this is interesting. New moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. Energy is gaining momentum. Well, we can feel that, right? A new romantic cycle. Now, the new romantic cycle idea really does give me the viewpoint. It's about how people relate to each other. And when they're saying the romantic cycle, it's making me get the real feeling. And this is a 5D multi-density reading coming through. So what I get in my head is totally different to just some words on a card. So a new romantic cycle is what it's conveying to me is that this is about the closely linked interrelationship of everyone linked in together. That lighting looks really awful on my camera. I don't know how it's going to come out. Let me just try it. Here we go. Let's try that. Could just be my screen. I can't make that change. Doesn't matter. Okay, so the new romantic cycle. So romance is about you forming a relationship with someone. You're linking with them. You're engaging in their thoughts. You think about them. You think about what they do, how they look, what their actions say to you, and how their energy bounces off you and how it affects you. And it's a alchemical relationship. And you can get quite hooked into romantic relationships. You can get hooked into them, and they can be all engrossing, and they can change your world, your worldview, and your paradigm you're living in. And that's what's happening to us right now. We are being courted. We are being courted by the war that would be. We are being courted by the war creators, and it's a kind of romance. It's a deeply emotional, gripping adventure of winning and losing and getting your heart involved and passionate about it and right and wrong and all this business. And it's all of that. Now, if you're listening to the media on one side, the Western side, you're going to hear a whole heap of stuff pitching this romantic story. Now, I say romance doesn't sound like romance, but it is in the nature of engagement and getting you invested, right? Feeling like you're aligning with someone and you're making, sorry, my chair squeaks. You're aligning with someone and you're making a commitment mentally and emotionally if you're getting drawn into the battle that would be. Now, there's lots of people on the alternate media giving you all sorts of background as to say this isn't what it looks like. They're kind of like your auntie or your mother saying, hang on, sweetie, just watch out with this person you're getting, a girl or boy, you're getting in a relationship with. This may not be what you think it is. This person has some unhealthy, toxic habits that maybe aren't good for you. Maybe you shouldn't be going out with this person. And it's a bit like that. So there's all this stuff going on. You're like, oh my gosh, my brain's melting. And I'm in this world and I've got to work with it. So what else have we got here? We've got Have faith in your dreams, right? Have faith in your dreams. Yes. Have gain energy and momentum. Oh, my camera went off. I don't know why it did that. There we go. We got. Actually, it's just so that's better. My gosh, that's so much better. So, okay, we're going to go now. So we've got a new romantic cycle begins. That's the new story of the war. The new engaging, all gripping and enthralling, and you take insight and you feel things about it, right? Energy is gaining momentum. Have faith in your dreams, right? The energy for this new romantic cycle, which is being told to you like every movie pitched to you, every story on TV, every ad, everything's a pitch, right? It's all a romantic pitch that's coming at you. Romantic, it's engaging you personally. It wants your relationship with it. It wants you engaged. It wants your investment of energy. It wants you to put something in the bucket and make it happen. That's the key point here. Putting something in, putting energy in, mental perspective in, committing to it, believing in it, making it so. That's what it's about. Okay, have faith in your dreams. Come back and correlate back to yourself, self correct back. Don't let other people tell you where your emotional investment needs to go. It's time to release negativity. So these people, these things, these events, they're very negative. Is that the kind of relationship you want? Do you want, I don't know, the light's going all sort of really weird on me. Just ignore it. Who cares? It's about the reading. Um, I've got so much natural light coming in, but it's a cloudy day. Okay, and we've got the door open. You can hear the breeze and everything. So it's just a bit of a funny reading. So it's time to release the negativity because you don't need to be in an abusive relationship. And my guides are saying, honey, this is an abusive relationship. That's what they're saying. Honey, this is a bad relationship. That's what they're saying. Yeah. Let go of the negativity, right? Just let it go. Have faith in your dreams and let it go. Oh, they want me to sing. That's a bad sign. Okay, conclusions are within reach. Conclusions are within reach. This is starting to sound really good. I really like this. This is really coming great. This is getting good. Oh, I've been listening, and I mean, it's a downer, and it disconnects me from the energy field I need to be in. And I've been listening to, trying to get an understanding what's happening, get a finger on the pulse, and all I get is negative hype and scary, alarm. Well, that's okay. I know I'm in Australia, so it's not quite so immediately on my doorstep, but I mean, I feel for everybody else. But I just want I want a bit more insight, you know. Time to breathe out, right? Take a breath and breathe out. My cards are coming in when I look on my monitor, it looks back to front. I hope it's not. Time to breathe out. Take a breath, breathe out. Your hard work is paying off, right? Your hard work at trying to sort this out, trying to nut it out, trying to work it out, trying to stay clear, trying to use your own brain. That's the miracle at play here. Your hard work in working out and being discerning. That's it, discerning. The big word here, discerning. Discerning. Okay, that is pretty damn good. I'm feeling optimistic, already feeling better, right? I had a big data this morning. I thought, it's really bringing me down. I've got to disconnect from all this stuff. But how do you disconnect from the world? And my partner's here in the news because he's a conventional news guy. And he's like, this is really terrible. World War III is going to happen. And I said, no, it's not. I don't believe it. I just don't feel that. There's too much, there's too many complexities involved. I feel that. And I feel, this is not the reading, I feel that our hearts and minds have a part to play in our world creation. I do. I like to feel that. I like to think that. So the guides are talking to us about how this works. Now, my darling guides, let's do a little bit of a recalibration. I got my chimes here, my tuning forks to recalibrate. Breathing out. And here we go. Thank you. Moving on to the next deck. Yes? Yes. Okay. we've got two to work with. They're making me look. They just tell me, they just show me what to look at, and my eyes seize upon it, and they're like, the energy's there. I'm like, okay, that's how it works with me. So we're going to put the minologies away for a minute, and they're going with, yes, they're going with whispers of healing. Who would have thought? There we go. This is why it's a positive thing. Your hard work's paying off. Time to take, what? That didn't really work, did it? Sorry, guys, I'll make that better. Time to take a breath, right? The sun's coming out outside. All right. Good. Here we go. Release. Yes, here we go. Your hard work's paying off. What did they say? Time to take a breath. It's time to release negativity. Yep, they said that. Time to release negativity. And now they've got, whoops, now they've got release. I can spread these out a bit more actually. I'm just going to pile them up on the other camera, which you will get seen as well. Time to release. Wow, what an interesting graphic. Wow, it's like the storm lady, storm spirit releasing energy. Releasing lightning. Yes, so there you go. Wow, I thought that was a very fluffy deck. I thought this is a very fluffy deck. I thought it's really fluffy. More fluffy. Okay, yes, but it's not so fluffy, is it? Releasing energy. So you can see that, can't you? Yep. Now, this is what the world is doing. The world is blowing off steam and releasing energy. What energy must it release? It must release the energy that does not serve it moving forward. Now, if we're releasing energy that does not serve us moving forward, we're releasing fear. Yeah, okay, all right, yes, okay, yep. We're releasing fear and we're releasing, oh, sorry, I pushed that one back in. I do talk to my guides at the same time as I'm talking to you. Sorry about that. Woo, okay, you got them turned over real fast. Okay, so you're releasing fear. The world is releasing fear. And we're braving up. We're pulling up our pants, our big boy pants, and we're standing up against the ideas that would normally make us cringe and hide and feel vulnerable and weak. And we're saying, nah, that's what the world needs to do. You need to feel the fear, look through it, walk through it, and say, nah, I'm not going to buy that story. And you move through. You move through it, right? Move through it. So listen to your body, right? Listen to your body. Let's see what that has to, I'm going to add on to that. Listen to your body. Well, that's a jolly good start. So I'm listening to my body all the time. I'm eating as much anti-inflammatory kind of diet and simple diet. And not only that, for myself, where I'm at in my journey, I am getting the distinct feeling I don't need to eat as much and I'm eating less. So eating, don't overeat out of stress, don't overeat at all. I notice this, I feel more relaxed, lighter, happier. It's almost a relief when I don't eat as much and I don't eat too much. And what they've been telling me is that we're in such a high energy zone of the galaxy, of the universe, that we're getting a lot of light energy food. So we actually are, our energy, look at it this way, your body is emanated and has come together through your soul energy body complex, your light body, which is permanent, which is not something that dies. It came in and initiated the formation of this physical body, which is photons of light forming into atoms, electrons, energy. It's all a photon, basically. The smallest version of it is a photon, or these little tiny, gets smaller and smaller, and I forget the names of the tinsy tiny little examples of that energy, but it's the energy, right? And that energy comes together and forms atoms, which then come together and form molecules, which come together and form crystalline connections to create the same type of biological and physical emanation that come together to form a thing, a solid or a body or a hair or a bone or your eye, your nails, your skin, your organs, everything. All of this is coming from the photon of light. All of this comes from the universal energy field. You come through and you emanate it. So, what your body is expressing and coming through, the food of your body, the thing that got it together and created it, is your light body. And then it forms your light body, has got chakras in this human level of your existence where you relate to the human body. You have a human body in your light body form. That's why it looks like a human body in the physical. So you have chakra energy systems. They breathe in and out, interacting with the energy field around you. So that's where your real life energy comes from, not from food. Food is an interplay with the organic and material world you're in, but that's not what makes you be alive. Food doesn't make you alive. Your energy body does, interplaying and breathing in. Now, your light that you are needs more light and creates light to exist. Light is the food of your physical existence in truth. We are playing in this game of physical third density being, and we eat. And if we believe we need to eat, we tell ourselves we need to eat. And if we don't interplay properly in the game, we're going to cause some imbalances in our investment in the game, our body. I'm not saying you don't eat, but I'm saying you don't need to eat for all of your nutrition. Some of it is just light, the sun. So if you have zero sun, you're very, very unhealthy. There's a little hint there, isn't there? So vitamin D is anti-cancer. It sparks all sorts of great mechanisms in your body. That comes from the light. Your body forms vitamin D from the light. The interrelated things there, the interplay, the relationship between your cells being able to produce energy is from the light. Like plants. Plants can't live without light. Plants create energy from light. So light is your key food. So here, listen to your body, relax. Be careful of what toxins you put in your body via food. Food is a great way to put toxins in your body, and that's one of the big games that's been going on. So the less you eat and the less processed food pre-prepared for you by a factory, the healthier and happier and lighter, more balanced and more regulated from within rather than regulated from without, they said. They're also saying your water you drink is very important. You've been pushed to drink a lot of water, which of course is nice to have, but you don't actually need to drink excessive amounts of water. And the water you drink has all sorts of stuff in it a lot of the time. Great care with the water you drink. It's an opportunity to change the chemical balance in your function of your brain and to dumb you down basically with the old fluoride thing, which has been happening for a long time. So listen to your body, let your body be your guide. Okay, but that doesn't mean you listen to addictive function. It means you listen to the other things in your body that are giving you signals, the ups and downs, the losing energy. You have things with lots of sugars in, you get energized and then you go down. That's your body telling you something. So listen to that, the full cycle of everything, right? Okay, and then you can try and hunt down and understand what's happening and what really works for you. Don't let other people tell you what works for you. Don't let other people tell you what your body needs. Start to work it out for yourself. You're a light being connected to the universal mind, the brain of all knowing. I think you can get a little bit of information. They said you can glean the information from the universal consciousness yourself. You just got to start to listen. Listen to your body, which is an emanation of your whole entire being. It's not disconnected from it. Yes, alternative. This is your alternative progress, your alternative process to what has been happening. You're looking for an alternative to this miserable story that's going on. Start with your body and your mind and the you that you are. This is your alternative, right? Guardian. Yep. Yes. So there are those that will say they are your guardians, and then there are your guides and angels, and then there is you, right? Now, who is the guardian of you? is the guardian of you. I'll pop these down here in the camera. I forgot to do that. Put them there. There you go. Now we can see them. Do you need a mind guardian? Do you need a guardian looking after you? Do you need someone steering your ship for you, telling you how your body works and what your body needs and how your body should look and what your body should think? And it is your entire body thinking. Every thought you have is all through your body. Your whole body reacts to it and feels it. Your entire being, including your whole body, is in your thought cloud, right? No separation. It's not just up here. It's actually here more than anywhere, and it emanates through your whole being. There's no separation zone. So do you need someone pretending to be caring and parental to you, or are you able to work it out for yourself? Because the answer we've just given you is yes, you can do it for yourself. No, you don't need someone who is maybe less connected to your personal situation and needs telling you a generic method of how you should exist. Sorry about my squeaky chair. Okay. The intention of those supposed guardians is what you need to be inquisitive about. Now, this person's on a unicorn with a big pointy horn, and I feel like that big pointy horn is got to be sifting through and working out what's on the surface and what's underneath with all this talk about what's good for you and care for you and guardianship of you. Do you have a guardian? Are you a child or are you an adult? Do you need someone to be your guardian to take care of you? Hey, what's the intention of a group of adults saying that you need a guardian? You're not a slave. You're not a lesser person. You're not an underling. You're an equal, and yet they're telling you you need a guardian. That's just, there's something on about that that's not quite right, is there? Now, well, replenish. Yes. They're saying, work this out, and it might melt your brain a bit. You need to go to bed and have a sleep. And sometimes when things become overwhelming and you're in conflict with the programming that's put into your mind by the guardians, right? Putting it in your mind, the idea that you have to conform with their guardianship, you need to go to bed, go to sleep, and let your subconscious help you sort it out. Let your mind go into the fourth and fifth density and get it cleared up in your head. When you wake up, you will feel clearer, you'll feel more balanced, and you can ask for healing when you go to sleep. Before you go to sleep, you say, please help me and heal me to get through this and get this clarity and break the coding of me fitting into the consensus of guardianship over me. Right? Break that mold. Yep. And while you're asleep, you will receive healing from your higher self guides and your extended family of light beings. I'm saying that, so there's words thrown around a lot, aren't they? But you have an extended connected family outside of this particular life. Some of them are in this life with you. Some of them have been in this life with you and moved out. And so now they're on the other side, so to speak. You've got lots of support. You just need to touch base with them, and you need to allow yourself to receive the healing, and you'll get that when you're relaxing in your sleep zone, letting the rest of you take over. They said, let the rest of you take over the healing and recalibrating, and to get rid of the codes of enslavement, guardianship, right? Okay. And commit to happiness. You need to make a commitment to your happiness. We're coming straight back round to a new romantic cycle, right? A new romantic cycle. Commit to happiness. Don't commit to other people's stories and they say they're your big brother people, they're guardians of you. Commit to your happiness, right? Now, the problem with this whole conform to what we tell you, conform to society, put yourself last, put your happiness last, your happiness doesn't matter. All that matters is the greater health. And you know, if you think differently, you're putting others at risk. All this storyline, it's all coding that you get soaked into your brain and you feel, maybe I should just like, maybe I'm being bad if I don't do what they say. I better conform and be good because they said I'm good then. Well, that's not committing to your happiness, and that's not committing to your greater well-being. And that's what you've got to focus on. And you have to have it a chant to yourself. I'm going to do things, live my life for the greater well-being and happiness, but greater well-being of myself. Commit to that. And when you do, you will find the right path. Now, is that just you on your own in isolation, living by yourself and not thinking of anyone else? No, because you're actually in this big unity field of energy on this planet surrounded by thousands of people, and you're actually on a living conscious planet as well. And there's nothing separate about anything you do. But when you do commit to happiness and well being for yourself and the clarity of your own higher self, and your own family connection of light, and any ancestors that are with you, which there will be, when you connect to that, you are connecting to the greater good and well-being. Sorry about that sound of my dog walking around. The greater good and well-being of yourself now, yourself in the future, yourself in the past, and all the generations of people that have come before you who are connected to the now moment that you're in, because time is not a linear track you're on. What happened in the past didn't disappear. It all happens exactly the same time. And what happens when you heal now, it echoes back to heal then and alter the past. When you heal the past, it comes forward to heal the now. You can get that. But when you heal now, you are healing the future. See how that works? If your past decisions and in past lives, your ancestors' decisions were different and they had gone a path of, not saying they went a path of bad, but this is an example, a path of healing, of making wise decisions that were more positive for yourself and your clan and the people you involved in your past lives, then how would it be different now? It would be different, wouldn't it? This whole world would be different if people were able to pull off some changes in the past which gave more common sense, liberty, and respect for humanity and well-being of all. Now, if that was able to happen more strongly in the past, now would be different. So this is your now moment to completely control the future. So when we wonder about what's the future, what we have to do is, what are we doing now that enables our future? And that what the guides are saying is, and your ancestors that are involved in this too, they're saying, commit to happiness and go within to make your changes in the now you're in. The more people that do that, the more the entire paradigm changes, because the energy possibilities have been altered. The options are completely controlled by the minds of those who are willing to engage in whatever they want to engage in. So if we all engage in satanic darkness, that's where we're going. If we all engage in light and integrity of humanity, of respecting humanity, of seeing the differentiation between us all and the unity at once, and respecting, love, and appreciating each other, and treating the next generation as precious gems instead of sacrificial animals, then, when that's what's happening, unfortunately, then what we do is completely alter the paradigm rolling forward. It all starts with the individual. Every action comes from an individual. So it's about your choices and what you accept. And then you will find the right actions in the physical world to follow that. Right. Well, that's a very big reading. Well, that's a very healing reading, as it always is with guides. Let's go forward now. Excuse me, I'm getting a foggy throat. And we're going to go to Mary, Queen of Angels, Mother Mary. She is, she works with me, and Archangel Gabriel, Mother Mary, Archangel Gabriel work with me a lot. So Mary would like to say something. We're going to use her cards. Well, why not? If she's going to say something, we could use a deck that was dedicated to her. and see what is in there that might help her message. She works with us a lot at the moment, caring and supporting us all. Mother Mary is amazing. And of course, is higher density. She's a higher density master of ascension of light. She's, you know, they're not stuck in our third density perception and timeline. So they can be, yes, and Yeshua. And that's what I had before as well. I had and Yeshua. So Yeshua and Mary have been working with me. I'm feeling in awe of that whole thing. So yes, I pray for Jesus's help and guidance in the situation. Pray for Jesus to help you if you are willing to. If you don't believe in Jesus, if you don't believe in Catholicism and Christianity in the light of a religious perspective and concept given to you, if you don't, you can understand that they are beings that are completely benevolent and loving of all and every human and animal and plants. So you can still ask for help. You don't have to, you know, have baptisms and things to ask for help from Jesus or Mary. You're free. So, and you know, we're not talking about dictators that are going to take over your world. We're talking about helpers. So if you feel like you want to give them a request, give them a request. And it doesn't matter if you understand and subscribe to Buddhism or Hinduism or Judaism or Islam or any of that, because of course the you know, Islam and Judaism, they do recognize that Jesus is as prophet. So you're free, right? You're free to do what you like. If you don't want to, then that's okay. But this is what Mary, Mother Mary, has, and Jesus came through. He has been working with me, and I'm grateful. And he calls me brother. I'm obviously not a brother this time, but at some point in another life, I obviously was a brother, as in, you know, kindred spirit, boys, brothers, sisters, you know, that stuff, you know. Back in the day, people who were in the same group working together, you know, they would call each other brother or sister. And this is a past life thing, obviously. Mother, I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. So let's find out, this is, which mother is this? This is, we're not talking about your physical mother in this life. We're talking about the mother energy of the universal mother and Sophia energy of the planet. That's beautiful. Open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. That's opening the heart to identifying the Sophia energy being a person, a personage of great empathy, energy, and power, who you can open your heart to and ask for nourishment, love, care, and support and guidance. God. There you go. Mother God. There we have it, right? The next card was God. We're talking about now in the teachings I get is the great universal mother. Now this is Mother Mary, and she's got the baby in this image, right? So the reason the guides talk about the universal as energy as the universal mother is because it is the life bringing, the universal mind, the universal being is reflected down into our planet of our planetary mother, birthing life everywhere like crazy. Everywhere you look, life is being birthed, life is there. And that's the mother aspect, birthing life. It's not men against women fighting nonsense, none of that. This is about the feminine energy, which is inside every person. You all have some male and female, you all do. The mother energy is the life creation energy, which needs to be respected within the core of you. And I'm seeing all this geometry swirling around within you. It's about not denying the creative birthing energy of every moment within yourself. And when you accept that and you relate to it and you contact with it, you are directly becoming in contact with the great universal mother in her light. which is everywhere, saturating everything. You are of her creation, giving and receiving. This is about you giving and receiving with the energy of the great Mother God light. This is very deep, isn't it? The great Mother God light energy, the receiving and the giving of love, light, respect, care, communing in harmony and joy with the all-encompassing, warm, blanketing, lovely, beautiful, heartwarming light of the oneness of your home energy, which is your great universal mother light being. I can't find the words to give you what is coming to me in this message. There isn't a word for all of that. Home. That's the closest word I've got. Home. Home. Back inside the mother's womb, they said. Imagine if you were inside your mother's womb, and that's where you feel safe and you are emanating from. That's where you are now. They said that's where you are, inside the womb, the creative energy, the creative birthplace of your mother's womb, your God feminine mother energy, the great universal mother's energy. You are in her creative womb now, being reborn into this next iteration. That's you giving and receiving right now. Life is being given to you, and you are sharing in the communion of it because you cannot be separated from it. Yeah, wow. Wowee. Okay, here we go again. Okay. Hope. Allow yourself to have the hope you need. Hope, right? Have hope. Feel optimistic. Don't feel destroyed by the world around you. That's what they're trying to disconnect you from, that beautiful inner womb moment of complete recognition of where you are and who you are in your mother's creative cauldron of emanation, right? You're watched over by your Mother Mary and your great universal mother, God. Now, of course, when you get to the God level of everything, there is no male or female. There is just the creative force of the God, universal God energy. It isn't a man, it isn't a woman. We're men and women, but we're down here on the third density, fifth density, sixth density, and then you get up to sixth and seventh, and then you just don't need that stuff anymore. And that's still low level densities compared to God. Source, unity field, the universal consciousness. I call her the great universal mother because that's what the guides talk to me about. That's how they refer to her. And it's the mother action, the mother essence, the mother bringing life, right? Life everywhere on multiple levels all at once. Now, you don't have to think of God as an old man with a beard who's grumpy and cranky and booming voice of condemnation, because that's not real. That's not the universal energy of the great mother or father, as you wish. It doesn't matter. It's about a higher level of perception than those kinds of emanations. The universal God being, source, energy does not have dualism. It's not dualistic. We're dualistic. She is playing the dualistic game with us, through us. We are her expressions of that adventure. But at her level of herself, there is no dualism. Therefore, there is no male or female. She is everything, all encompassing. You are watched over. But the problem we have here in this world at the moment is that we are being asked to deny an aspect of ourselves, and that is the feminine aspect, that is the creative birthing aspect of ourselves into this world. We're being asked to surrender it away, right? We're being asked to say that it isn't a real thing. It's just not That's a game. You don't need to engage in it. The miracle. I trust in God to know the perfect solution to this situation. So you are watched over, and the perfect solution is happening. So this is about surrendering in blind faith. It's about understanding that you don't have the overview of everything. I just described somehow in my most clunky human words, which can't really describe it at all, of course, that the God mind of the universe does not have dualism. The God mind of the universe, and you get up to sixth and seventh density and not eighth and ninth density. Well, we're talking well advanced outside of dualistic purposes then. And these beings, these people in those areas, which some of the guides are definitely in the ninth density. I have ninth density guides, I have more than one, quite a few, and they have a really all-inclusive energy, a feminine. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. That just backed me up completely. There it is. That's the card. That's it. Saying what I just said. It just spat out. So I'll read it again. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. When people in the, let's call it, it's the shallow dualistic conversation that people who are not trying to step into light and growth and expansion, who want us to decompress, they want us to compress down and be small. They are trying to tell us to disconnect from our feminine aspects and to only be in the masculine. They've been trying to do this for thousands of years. And they've been suppressing women because they are the emanation of the feminine. But when you suppress your mother, when you suppress your sister, when you suppress your daughter, when you suppress them, you suppress an aspect of yourself and you're not true to your heart. So it's not inclusive, it's not loving, it's not respectful, and it's denying of yourself. So it's really toxic and negative for the human to be in that school of thought, and that is what they're trying to push. So what you need to do, this is the rock solid advice, here it comes. The best step forward is to absolutely embrace the feminine in your society and stand up for it and respect it and put the feminine up where it belongs. Because when you put the feminine up where it belongs, you are able to recognize where you came from and respect it and celebrate it. Then you respect yourself. If you were to think negatively and to dismiss the women who birthed society, then you're saying you came from something less than. And that's a mind, it's a mind fact. So that is so twisted. If you're being asked to say that where you came from is less than what you are, and really in your psychology you're like saying that you can't get away from the whole conclusion of I'm not worth much because I came from a being who's not worth much. It doesn't work. It's destruction of you as a man or a woman. It's unhealthy, and it's been going on for a long time. And there's a lot of culture in young people's minds to criticize their mother. The mother bashing syndrome is pandemic. That's the pandemic. The mother bashing syndrome. That's where the seed of the destruction of society lies. When you disrespect your connection to your mother, you damage yourself. You deny and defy your own value and worth. That's the problem. Now, sure, if you were to treat your father in the same way, you still deny yourself and damage yourself. Mothers and fathers are, as long as they're good mothers and fathers, the most wonderful, precious thing. So parents are important. That's where you came from. There's a lot of messed up parents, yes. And what you need then is forgiveness, understanding, and loving care and respect. And some parents are going to be completely different in their points of view to their children. And what you got to say is, well, I respect your ability to be different to me. The idea now hitting young people is that everyone has to conform. Well, parents aren't going to conform. Parents are not. Parents over the age of 50 are not going to conform to whatever fairy tale dream of how a family should be, because they had a hard life and they've battled through an awful lot of changing scenarios, and it is an embattled life. And so what you get is the person who's gone through a battled life. They are not fairy tale Disney cartoon parents. So let's forget all of that and show respect. Other people have the right to be who they are, and then when they're your parents, that doesn't go away. That right. So your mother has the right to be respected because she gave to you, even if she just gave you life. That's pretty epic all by itself. Respecting the feminine. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. Male or female, that's a part of your identity, your feminine aspect. Feminine aspect within, male, female energy. Left brain, right? The right brain is the feminine, the left brain is the masculine. So the left, it works with the opposite side of the body. Right brain, left functions and reflects into the left side of the body. Left brain reflects into the right side of the body, right? If you keep having trouble on the right side of your body, it's because you're having trouble with your left brain. Just a little note here. If you have trouble with the left side of your body, it's because you're having trouble with your identifying with your right side, your feminine side. Which side is out of balance? Honesty. I'm in touch with my true feelings regarding this situation. Yes, you have true feelings, and it's time for you to get in touch with them, not conforming to the rhetoric in the world, which is mother bashing, right? You can't conform to that. You don't have to. Start to be reasonable and cut your mother some slack. Cut yourself some slack. Cut the feminine within you some slack. And stop being pushed away from your own identity. Oh, yes. Oh, you've got real feelings and you've been told to suppress them, right? Woo. Why is that? Why is that? And it's some women who are doing this. Women are trying to push this agenda as much as men, because it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You've got male, female energy, and women are being asked to suppress. Women are being asked the truth. Okay, I am lovingly honest with myself and others. Women are being asked to repress the feminine within them and to embrace a more masculine perspective and to deny what they know in their hearts. Now, the time is coming, I'm getting this, the time is coming where those women will no longer be able to lie to themselves. It's probably going to come, it's coming with the flash. There is going to be a big flash of energy, a burst of energy from the sun. That burst of energy is going to cut into the energy system of your entire being, and it will be so powerful, it will be completely recalibrating. That will allow honesty, and it will not allow falsehoods to ride over the surface of your mind. At that point, the women who deny the truth of their own womanhood and the balance of femininity and masculine within them will have a lot of trouble trying to carry forward that rhetoric. It won't work. So these changes are coming with the energy burst from the sun, who is terraforming our energy world as we speak. I'm using those words so you get a feel for it. The sun makes us, right? The sun makes us or breaks us. The sun is the reason this whole planet keeps whirling around and is living. The sun is the energy coding, the alchemical process of creating life on this planet. It sends down frequencies of light that form a geometric form, which creates the coalescing of biological life into particular DNA, which creates the life we have here. And it's chemical, but chemical spans over into light, which is a new expansion of chemistry, into light. And this is where science is just, our science is starting to open up and understand that this, what's missing? Light chemistry. That's what's missing. So the truth is, you be honest with yourself and others and you face it. Yes. Okay. What else have you to say, my dear ones? I'm very grateful for your fabulous reading. Self-respect. Self-respect. It's about self-respect, like we just said. Self-respect. Yes, that says, I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. Yes. Honor and love of oneself, right? Faith. I have faith in God to heal the situation. Having faith in your being, because you are a part of, like a neuron in the great mother God source being, universal consciousness, light, life, existence of our world. You are a neuron in her. You're not disconnected from her, him. If you get upset about the her thing, which is what we're talking about, don't, because you got her in you as much as him, because we got male and female. You are absolutely just a part of it, and you can feel at home, safe, united. Don't feel alone. Don't feel afraid. Don't be confused. Turn to your great mother, universal God, source, light, mother, father, as you like. Turn to this consciousness you're existing in and say, hey, can you help me have a clear perspective? Please help me find love for myself and others, because that's her forte. Okay? Faith, and ask for it. Not blind faith. Go find it. It's going to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't work for you, does it? But at the moment, you've been asked to do a lot of things that don't make sense. Let's face it. You will get enthusiasm for the whole process. Whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I follow. Yes. And that's how you emanate your next. So you're like a neuron in the brain of God, right? When you focus, you start creating synaptic connections, right? In the neck to the next neuron in your brain surroundings. You create these connections. You work, you're the connection, you're the link, right? In a child, I nurture the child within me through playfulness and self-care. That is exactly what I've been talking about. The problem with this whole self-denial, the denial of the feminine within, and the mother, your mother, the mother without, the mothers in society, the reason that hurts is because it hurts the child within. It crushes the child within. It's crushing to be told that your mother or your father is of no value and has to be treated with a dismissive, divisive behavior. That is very, very hurtful. You are hurt by that. If you can't see that, you're soon going to find out. You've got to nurture your inner child, and you have to be enthusiastic about it and see yourself as the great, one of the many trillions of neurons within the mind, the heart mind of the universal mother. Right, how fabulous. Sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. Don't get hooked into anything that is fogging your mind. You see on this card, all I'm picking up on this particular card right now is it's very, very busy around this picture of Mary. Super busy. Everyone's at her, talking to her, touching her, reaching out to touch her. They want to touch her, talk to her, engage her. And you see her in this meditative equipoise. I'll put this under the camera that has a better view of it. This meditative equipoise she's on. She's calm and peaceful. It doesn't matter how busy it is, how crazy it is. It's like Facebook, Facebook and YouTube coming at you, right? It's the government coming at you, the news coming at you. Whew. Be cool, just like Mary, right? Cool. In a beautiful, meditative, calm, inner equipoise of balance and knowing where you are, who you are. You are a neuron in the great mind of the universal being. Breathe out. that's fabulous. I'm going to leave it there. That's a pretty amazing reading. And 58 minutes of video. And we'll see, I'll put this together for you and pop it up, and whoever sees it finds it. We hope lots of people find it. Please comment and share it and like it and subscribe, because of course YouTube doesn't want this kind of video. They want shallow, mind-numbing rubbish. So you got to work hard to keep this flowing out to the world. If you want to have something encouraging to share with the world, all you have to do is comment and like and subscribe. That's your way of helping someone else find this. Thank you. It's a pleasure to bring you these lovely messages, and I hope this helps for you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.